cares about.
Hello, welcome to the Weekend Review. 10 games coming up in the next 2 hours in what was another eventful match week in the company of Dion Dublin, Michael Owen and Chris Foy. We begin at Anfield. Liverpool hosted Wolves knowing if they could avoid defeat, it would extend their unbeaten run at home in the league to 50 games. Your commentary team, Jim Beglin and Jim Proudfoot.
First half, good. Controlled the game. When we prepared direction and used direction, it was really good. Big chances, super goal. In the second half they started, changed a little bit, pressed a bit higher, and we were not fresh enough in mind to react immediately. In the end it was a big fight, that's okay, no problem with that. We won it and I'm obviously very pleased.
First half Liverpool was very strong, we were struggling, but that was the moment to stay in the game. In the second half everything changed, we came out strong, we pressed high, we recovered the ball really high, and we had good spells of possession of the ball one side to the other that created a lot of chances, and we finished the game very, very well.
So Liverpool finish a very special year with another win, and you can see on that list there the longest unbeaten. Can they get another 14 of them and get past Arsenal? Michael, what a 2019. 2020 promises to be even better because that first title in 30 years is coming.
It's staggering, isn't it? The performance levels is staggering. It has been for some time now. People are already discussing, is this the best Premier League team that we've ever seen? And I think you can certainly make a case, but until they get their hands on that trophy, you can't start comparing them to the Invincibles and teams like that. So it's coming though, isn't it? We'll be able to have that debate in a couple of months, I would have thought.
I think the debate now is whether they can be invincible like the Arsenal team of 15 years ago.
That's going to take.
That's the debate now, isn't
it? Yeah, it is, and the way they're playing, possibly they could do that. It's an unbelievable feat. Let's not gloss over the fact that not losing a game in the whole season is very, very difficult to do. But if there is one team that can do it, I think at the moment Liverpool are looking like that side.
And they've dealt with everything that's been thrown at them in December. And we thought December would be really tough for them because, of course, they've had the whole World Club Championship. They had to play the team at Aston Villa in the League Cup, which is the only game they lost. Otherwise, they've dealt with everything that's been thrown at them.
Yeah, they made a few changes early on in the month that I didn't expect. I didn't expect, actually, as strong a side yesterday as Jurgen Klopp picked. But they're doing something right in terms of on the training ground. They get very few. We spoke about the Invincibles just a minute ago. It was like that. I mean, we used to play Arsenal back in those days. You just think they used to run faster than us, play more often than us. And they were so fit and never, ever got injured. And it's like this with the Liverpool team now. You get very few muscle injuries. They're just, from top to bottom, the club is just being run in a great way at the moment. And, it's a juggernaut. It's not stopping it.
It's nice that Klopp is sort of doing it the Sir Alex Ferguson way, where he's in charge. He's in charge of the club. He's in charge of what goes over the white line. And he's got a really nice sort of pool of players to work. A lot of quality within his squad. It goes deep as well, which is great.
And they find a way to win.
Yeah, they do. And,
every time they find a way to win.
Whether it's a 1-0 or a 4-1 or whatever it may be, they just seem to find, if you can throw out passes like that and have people running onto it like that. This was another controversial one.
No, but good VAR. That's good VAR.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
That's good VAR because it came off his shoulder.
No, exactly. Does good and VAR go together?
Yes, it needs to be congratulated. That's good VAR, Chris.
Absolutely.
Anthony Taylor blew his whistle, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, that's really, really good VAR. And what is important, even though the referee made the wrong call, he waited to blow the whistle when the ball was in the net, which was really, really important, and a goal was scored. And then, of course, it was checked. 9 wins this season by 1 goal. And a lot of 2-1s in there. So much as we've enjoyed the front three, what's happened at the other end, really the final piece of the jigsaw is the Van Dijk and Alisson Becker, isn't it?
Well, you could argue that last season they played more attractive football. Until, I suppose, Leicester the other day just sort of dispelled that theory because that's fresh in the mind as well. They were brilliant. But last season it was staggering how good a performances there were. And as you say, this year they've been scraping through in a few games. No question, though, when you look back and if you can have one moment that sort of changed, apart from Jurgen Klopp walking the door, it's Virgil van Dijk walking through the door. I know Alisson Becker is a brilliant goalkeeper, but Van Dijk, that moment, that was it. That just changed everything. They were so desperate for that type of person, that type in that position, and bang, they went out and spent big bucks. And a lot of people said too much at the time. Well, it's the best investment I think I've ever seen.
It's a bargain now. It's been like into Cantona walking into Man United in the early 90s and completely changing. You know, it was a good thing he got there, wasn't it, Dion?
Yeah, and you know, I don't know how Eric Cantona got to Man United. I don't want to talk about it. But you know, but like the same thing. It's the impact he had. Feeling. It's that all the players that in the dressing room are going to go, wow, we're going to have to step up now. Yeah. And I think all the Liverpool players have done that. I think the fullbacks, for me, Liverpool fullbacks have got better defending wise. Going forward, they're great, but defending wise, Trent's got so much better, and therefore they're solid, and it just allows their front players to go and score goals. Therefore, the manager's got less to do and less to manage.
Chris, did they get away with it? We've talked about Van Dijk. Was this handball? It was a magnificent pass, but did he control it with his arm before he passed it?
I honestly don't know, Mark. I mean, I've looked at this lots and lots of times, and we're talking about clear and obvious. Was it a clear offence by Van Dijk? I'm not sure. Did the offence have the ability to reset? I think they did. There's nothing there that says he's handled it, in my opinion. If it's not clear and obvious, they're not going to go back and check it.
Does it matter whether it touched his arm? In terms of, is that in the phase of play that you could say, right, you disallow the goal if it's touched his arm? Because it's so far away from the goal.
Well, what you've got to determine, is there an offence first? So is it handball? Yeah. Then has the defence got the ability to reset? And is it an immediate phase of play, not multiple phases of play? So there's lots and lots to think about, but we're still inconclusive on the handball.
I like Chris's honesty there. I just don't know. And actually, I think if you look at that, you cannot say for certain. You might suspect it touched his arm, but you can't say for absolutely certain it did.
No, I'm not. I didn't see it touch his arm. I don't think anybody can clearly see, unless you've got the correct angle. We didn't have the right angle there, I think, to see it touch his arm. Only the player knows that. And the only way that we would possibly look at it, players, is we look at the ball.
And how it's spinning.
We just look at the ball and how it's spinning. Does it make any movement? We can't see from that angle.
Sure.
So, you know.
Right. So we've had good VAR with the goal. I'm not saying this is bad VAR, but this is the VAR that is under the microscope. Michael's been very public about this on social media, that we've got to get used to it. But this is the VAR, I think we can say, that which is frustrating fans, because they want to see goals.
It is. They do want to see goals, and we're going to talk about a number of these over the weekend, and people love seeing goals scored. Nobody more than these two guys sat on my right when they were playing. But offside is offside. You know, we've coined the phrases over the years. He's just off, just on. Oh, it was tight. This is factual. This is, you're either onside or you're offside, and we've now got the technology. Now, this technology that we're using, Hawkeye, is used all over Europe. And we're the only country that actually shows the lines so that the public actually see that. But you can't just be a little bit off, a little bit on. You're either on or you're off. It's a factual thing. You know, it's not subjective. There's no opinion. It's just black and white.
You don't think there's any way around this?
I don't know. I think we're the people that have just got to get used to it. The fans have just got to get used to it. And we're now getting better decisions because of the technology we've got. The technology isn't perfect. Everyone admits that. But it's making far more correct decisions. Now, it's galling for me to see it. I feel so sorry for attackers when they're like offside by a matter of 2 or 3 inches. I don't like it, you know, but the bottom line is it's offside. End of story. It's offside. So why I don't get why people are saying anything other than what a fantastic decision
I think that because the game is all about goals, and because it's so hard to score a goal in the Premier League, you two know that, yeah. I think people are feeling morally it doesn't feel right. Technically you're right, and lawfully you're right. It almost feels like we now need to go back to the law, which was introduced to stop people goal hanging, wasn't it? That's why it was introduced. Do we need to go back to the law, this obviously the international board, to massage the law a little bit, because we now have the technology which is giving offsides that we would never have had before? I think
what Michael's saying is bang on. If it's offside, it's offside. You really can't waiver that. And we've wanted it for a long time. We've wanted these decisions to be correct. We haven't wanted, you know what, I think that was offside, you know. We now know it is or it isn't. I think the biggest frustration for us and the fans is the referees and the people at the VAR and Chris's mates, so to speak, have got to give us a bit more information on how they're getting to that decision. Let the fans in a bit more. Let us know a little bit. Because for me, I look at those lines and I still can't. How are those lines bang on?
We have to accept that technology as it is. Yeah,
but we need to be involved in it a little bit more. Let's hear what's being said.
Sure. Right. If they are going to change, this would be a massive change to the laws of football. Huge change to change the offside law.
Well, the word you say is it's the law.
Yeah.
And I would imagine that it ain't going to get changed mid-season as we are now. But we know there's a meeting in Northern Ireland at the end of February for the International Football Association Board. And it'll be on the agenda. And I'm sure it'll be discussed because everybody's talking about offside now, and that's what they look to do.
What realistically could change?
That's what I'm thinking.
What could change?
Maybe you could get more technology, I don't know. But
you can't be offside. If you said, right, we've seen a lot, there's hundreds of jokes about being offside with your armpit this season. Could you say you've got to be your foot or your head that's offside?
Well, that was the same problem, though, isn't it?
I don't think there's a great deal wrong with it, Mike.
No, it's perfect. It's just that we've got to get used to it.
It's the law.
We've been asking for this for years. Let's start getting more decisions right. Now we're doing it. Now everyone's complaining because we're getting more precise. It's brilliant. We should be embracing this. Why are we all sort of negative towards it? I know there's going to be more tiny little offsides, only by 2 or 3 inches, and we're all going to feel sorry for them. We're only human. We do feel sorry for we all want to see goals. But it's offside. End of story. That's what we've been yearning for years. And now we've got it. We're like, oh no, this is rubbish. I mean, come on. This is brilliant.
It's not just in this country, at least. Everyone across Europe. No, I thought it was just us drawing lines and getting caught, but apparently the whole of Europe are as well.
Mark, if you think about a few weeks ago, Leicester played Everton. In the last minute, the assistant referee put the flag up. The ball went in the net. It was checked, and Leicester got a winning goal at 2-1 in 90 minutes, and everybody went, fantastic. Yeah. When goals are scored, everybody loves it. When they're taken away, everybody doesn't.
It's just when it's your team, isn't it? Yeah. Right.